So the next chapter of my move to the mountains was sitting on the back veranda of my new place, smack bang in the middle of an orchard, an apple orchard, where my partner lived and lives, and moved in there and sort of was watching just an apple farm in operation, just a back veranda. And as you could imagine, Saturday mornings, mid-morning, bleary-eyed musician, sitting out on a Saturday morning, watching, all of these farmers that have been up since the sparrows and doing their thing. And at the end of the orchard, there's a Hillbilly Cider cellar door. And that operation, goes all weekend. And you're watching, I was watching actually, that made me laugh, was initially when I first moved there, and I didn't really know anybody. I sort of got to know them over time. But I watched this fella turn up in this camouflage four-wheel drive and a horse float to do his deliveries, and later found out that that's how he delivered his product to Sydney. Before he now has a little bit of a Pantech going on.
Yeah.
But back then, and this thing would be, rolling in and out kegs and barrels and product would be going in and out of the horse float, and the thing would be shooting in and shooting out, and I romanticised it into this moonshine operation, because it just looked like that, this camouflage four-wheel drive and a horse float. It's just beautiful watching as I got to know the guys. It was actually after I wrote the song that I really got to know Shane and Tessa McLaughlin, who own and run the Hillbilly Cider.
So is that what you just gave me?
I gave you a bottle of their vintage cider, which is an oak-aged cider. It's similar in the making to the way they would make a champagne. It's oak-aged, and when you drink it, it's kind of like a champagne, and it's got a really oaky taste, and I recommend a roast pork and veggies with your Hillbilly Cider
Sounds
vintage.
good. And you've given me a record.
A record.
Just tap on it, because it's very different to a CD.
Yes.
So,
a little bit of vinyl, folks.
yeah, a bit of vinyl. And thanks for the gift. I don't normally get gifts like that. It's really lovely.
Well, I don't usually give gifts like that, Leonie.
Oh,
I've been giving out the odd stubby of Hillbilly Cider, but when I thought I'm coming to see Leonie, who I've known for probably more than 15 years, maybe close on 20, I've seen around the traps for, in country music.
I'm old.
Well, what does that say about me? Fair dinkum. I thought I need something special for you. Something special for
thanks.
you. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to have a listen to Hillbilly Cider.
Distillery off a beaten road, a dog out on the porch and all the trees in rows, a four-wheel drive in camouflage, barrels on the go. Through the fog upon the orchard comes a shining light, her sweet perfume is calling to me day and night. Ruby red against my lips, she had me from the start. And in the misty morning, Julie stole my heart. Hillbilly, smooth Billy, tapping on my sweet Julie.
Spend a little time with her.
She'll get you high. Hillbilly, thrill Billy.
Cider's in the still Billy.
Good times are rolling as the world floats by. Not so bumpy, mountain scrumpy, riding in the hilly country. My girl, she's as sweet as as honey. Hillbilly, smooth Billy, tapping on my sweet Julie.
Spend a little time with her.
She'll get you high. Hillbilly, thrill Billy.
Cider's in the still Billy.
Good times are rolling as the world flows by. Hillbilly, smooth Billy, tapping on my sweet Julie.
Spend a little time with her.
She'll get you high. Hillbilly, thrill Billy.
Cider's in the still Billy.
Good times are rolling as the world flows by. Now, Ned, hell yeah.
You're on 2RRR. What a great song. I've got to admit, I heard it once and I was listening and trying to help my hubby at home, you know, and you
Yeah.
sort of, you know, and things happen and you listen, but you don't listen. But listening in here, I was sitting here bopping along.
Yeah, fantastic.
I said,
yeah.
oh, wow, I've got music in the dancing and, yeah, because I can see all of that happening around this vineyard.
Yeah, well, it actually is. And the
Yeah.
film clip was filmed just on the paddock next door to where I'm living.
Yeah.
They've got a dam with a little deck over the dam and a Tarzan swing off the tree into the dam.
Oh,
And the film clip kind of happened really organically, really. The McLaughlins and I were talking about doing a film clip, and their friend Aaron Jeffrey, the actor from McLeod's Daughters, is a local and a friend of Shane and Tessa's, and he came along and got wind of what we were doing and said, look, I'd like to direct this video clip if that's all right with you. And I went like, no. Okay. I'm really excited. So,
yeah.
and, him and another local by the name of Nick Wood and another local by the name of Gene Alberts, a couple of cameramen and producers and Aaron, put this thing together. So we turned up on the day to film this thing, had a fair idea of what we're going to do, but we needed extras. So Nick Wood put out a little call on Facebook to just the Bilpin group and said, hey, we're doing this film clip. Anyone want to come down? Free cider. Ended up with about 60 people there. And it actually, I think they all forgot the cameras were there. They were just picnicking on the grass, swinging off the Tarzan swing, dancing to the music. And it was just no actors, just Bilpin locals having a ball.